Hello and welcome to JCB Wastewise. I'm going to be talking to you about the JS20MH material handler and how to maintain the machine properly and how to operate it safely on site. Ensure that the attachment is the right specification for the machine. Always refer to your JCB dealer for support and advice on this. You can also refer to the attachment handbook as well for service and maintenance. Before using the attachment, check the moving parts to ensure there is no debris trapped inside which may cause damage, and also inspect the hoses to ensure there is no damage or leaks on them which may have been caused from previous use. Once again, refer this back to your service manager or workshop technician. Check the operator's manual for the service instruction and greasing schedule for your machine to ensure that it is correctly maintained. Bearing in mind that there is multiple points on the machine to grease. For example, there is a single greasing point for the upper structure and the slew bearing, but also separate points for the stabiliser legs, for your tipping link assembly and your selector grab. When accessing the upper structure, ensure that the steps are clear and always use 3 points of contact. Your AdBlue can be topped up from here and it can be checked via the monitor in the cabin. You can also see the fuel sight glass here when topping up your fuel. Check inside of the working bays to ensure that no debris has got inside and damaged the components. Also, it is important to check your fuel sedimenter and your hydraulic oil level as well. It is often difficult to make eye contact with the operator for anyone stood around the machine. So it is important before approaching the working envelope of the product to ensure that you do make eye contact with the operator. It is equally important for the operator to ensure his cameras and mirrors are clean and set correctly to ensure the best visibility around the product. Once again, it's important to check this bay for any damage or debris, but also to check the cleanliness of the cooling pack. The 20MH supports you on this with having a wide core radiator as standard and a reversing fan. Other features in this bay include the ground level lowering of the hydraulically raised cab, the isolator key and the windscreen washer fluid fill. Before entering the cabin, ensure that the windows are clean and that the lights and the guards are damage free, and once again report any issues. When accessing the cabin, always use 3 points of contact. Once in the cabin, ensure you are sitting comfortably and can reach the controls. Put your seatbelt on and close any doors and windows to help reduce dust getting into the cabin. Now that you're in the seat, do one final check on your mirrors and your cameras to ensure you've got the right visibility and you're ready to go. When compressing material in a skip, use smooth and precise controls and be careful not to press down too hard, as this could lift the machine off its stabiliser legs, making it unstable and put undue stress into the chassis. When lifting the machine on its stabilisers, ensure you're on solid, level ground. This will give the machine its optimum stability. Be aware for lifting the machine off any waste products and any grids that may be below you, as they could make it become unstable. There is optional rubber street pads available so that you don't damage the surface you're working on. Before lifting the cabin, check the operator's manual for the maximum lift height. Ensure that this fits within the confines of your working environment and there is no obstacle for it to clash with. Whilst operating, continue to check as you lift the cabin. Check the operating handbook for the height, lift and reach of the machine to ensure that it cannot clash with anything in the operating environment. Whilst lifting over the skip, get a good load over height to ensure the attachment does not clash with the sides. When handling material, check the fill factor and the density to ensure it is within the machine's capability of lifting. And finally, while slewing, be aware of objects around you and the tail swing length of the machine. Use your cameras and mirrors to check that the area is safe and there is nothing surrounding the machine. When finishing your shift, first of all, park the machine in a safe and secure location. After this, get out of the cabin and check the machine for any damage or issues. And most importantly, report them to your supervisor. You can then inspect the machine for any dirt or debris that may be on the machine, cleaning out where necessary, particularly in the cooling pack. Once you've completed this, lock the doors and isolate the machine.
Always ensure you have been sufficiently trained to operate any specific piece of equipment safely and efficiently within the waste and recycling environment, and that you are competent and confident. You have a full understanding of the operator's handbook and know where it's located. You respect site speed limits and safe working procedures. Ensure all of your colleagues are aware of site safety in the waste environment at all times. You wear correct PPE on site at all times as required by site rules. You conduct your daily checks and be sure to immediately report damage, service and fault warning lights to your fleet or maintenance department. Windows, mirrors and cameras are clear from dirt and debris to maximize visibility. Steps, handles, machine guards and engine bays are clear from debris and free from damage. You use the correct attachments as outlined by your dealer and manufacturer and ensure the machine is the correct machine for the task. Cab doors and windows are closed where possible to minimize dust ingress inside the cab. More importantly, always remember, safety is everyone's responsibility.